we get to wonder what we set in our minds every time. It keeps us going. Sometimes the things that keep us going are things that give us satisfaction. Sometimes we get so worked up in our minds because of what is said in our minds. One of the most busiest things that keeps us in care and distressed is worry. One of the most famous musicians sang a song called "Don't Worry, Everything is Gonna Be Alright." It sounded like a song, but the truth is the song itself can be therapeutic in the hearts of people. He says, don't worry about a thing. And it reminds me that Jesus will set up somewhere with the disciples and he'll keep making this statement: don't worry about what you'll eat, what you'll drink, what you'll wear. It sounds as easy as it is. Nick Sitzman, a gentleman who is known to be working in the train crew, is said to have been locked in a car box refrigerator. The issue is they had been asked to leave their place of work about an hour earlier on. Somehow, through the rush, he found himself locked inside this refrigerator box. In worry, he started thinking that perhaps he's freezing. He locked himself, started thinking as though he was actually dying. And he'll quickly take his knife and he'll inscribe somewhere on the floor to his family that he got frozen. It was getting cold. Yet the truth is, the following morning when they'll go check inside the refrigerator, they'll find that there was no any sign of refrigeration. This man will die of hypothermia, and hypothermia to mean as though this guy had been frozen to his death. The truth is, he's said to be one who had been worried. The man worried about stuff. He worried about himself. He worried about everything. And so his worry caused him to feel as though he had been frozen, yet the refrigerator box was not even switched on. Is it possible that even in our lives we find ourselves frozen with the idea that somehow we are frozen? What has worry led you in your heart to? What has worry made you think of? What are you worried about today? Jesus is setting his disciples together with those who gathered before him, and he's reminding them not to worry. The book of Matthew chapter 6 speaks very vividly, and it says in verse 27, "Which of you by worry can add 1 cubit of his stature?" I mean, what is this one thing that can make a difference by yourself setting yourself to worry? We worry about finances. We worry about food. We are worried about our children. We're struggling in our minds, worrying about things that can make a difference in our life. You know, the incredible thing that Jesus will come in and say in verse 31, "Therefore do not worry, saying, what shall we eat? What shall we drink? Or what shall we wear?" Why? Even things like birds take care of themselves. God provides for their needs. There are things that don't even worry, but by themselves they find satisfaction in what happens around them. Today I'm just here to encourage you. Could it be that we've been set to think about things we can never solve? Like this musician saying, don't worry about a thing. He says, everything shall be all right. And today I'm just asking us to not worry, to stay put and trust a God who can make everything to be all right. In the conclusion of this whole story, there's one point that Jesus will raise. He'll say, but seek ye first the kingdom. What am I submitting to us today? But we can set our priorities right. It says, but seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things shall be added unto us. Therefore, we can be reluctant in trusting that even our worry, there's one who's able to help us go through it. Could it be that our worries are caused because of the struggles we are facing today? Bible says, but seek ye first. We can set our priorities right and let go and let God to be able to help us calmly go through it. Nick Sitzman could have just but relaxed to discover that yes, yet he was locked, but he was not frozen. May our healthy minds lead us to trust in a God who's able to come through for us, a God who's able to set our minds in place, and a God who can help us go through our challenges and tribulation on time. But do not worry about a thing, because there is a God who makes everything great in his own time. May God set us free from the worries and care of this world.